I'll be playing a little bit of PGA golf before I go to bed. This is the road to the FedEx Cup, so if you're liking what you're seeing, be sure to like the video. If you're new to watching my channel, be sure to subscribe, and there will be more good streams and more great games coming your way. As always, I got a side commentator probably in a little while of the Saint of Gaming. So if you hear somebody talking, that would be him. And let's get into it. Make sure my golf clubs and everything are up to par. And let's start the tournament.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's the opening round of the Pittsburgh Invitational. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Novola. We are back in the state of Pennsylvania getting set to kick off the round here at one of the great golf courses in the world, Oakmont Country Club. Frank, you're very familiar with it because you were right in the mix down the stretch at the 1994 U.S. Open right here at Oakmont.
And Rich, it's so good just to be back here. You know, there's so much history in Oakmont. It's been a host to so many prestigious tournaments in our sport, such as the U.S. Amateur, the U.S. Open, the Women's U.S. Open, and the PGA Championship. It's just one of the true gems on the golf landscape.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Oh, I thought he had that. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Well, Frank, he'll drop at least one shot here. That was not his best effort.
No, poor is the easiest way to put that. He knows it.
That's a bogey putt, dropping down the leaderboard a bit, now at 2 over par. And we take you back down to the action at the 14th. Frank, what's the mindset this late in the first round when you haven't played your best?
Well, somehow you've got to get into the clubhouse, minimize the damage. And you've also got to figure out what's gone wrong. Little trip to the range, fix it up. Tomorrow will be a better day.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, what kind of approach shot is this at 14?
Well, you have a couple of different areas you can aim at. When the flag's on the right, that right corner, it's definitely easy enough to stop it there. Even the back corner, you can go more directly at this flag, or just use the mounding in the middle of the green. Let the ball run towards that flag in your favor. This green is a little more conducive to good approach play.
That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach, and now a really good look at birdie. Shouldn't be a problem here.
This one may be an easy birdie. You know why not?
Who knows? It is a 4-round tournament, setting himself up for a good weekend, maybe a great one. The young star makes his birdie. All teed up at the 15th. It's a par 4 of 499 yards.
Oh, this is gonna keep going into the crowd.
We moved that one out there, but he's
400
not
yards,
going to
Mike,
like
if
the
you can
lie.
hear me.
That moved down in the rough.
Frank, out of the rough, best to swing a little bit easier or get after it with all you have.
Well, a little bit in between. Obviously, it's going to require a little bit of strength to make sure that club keeps going through, but it's still the planning of the shot. Once again, check
nice
short.
approach.
Is there anything I have to carry? And even remember, there's always the option of just simply pitching the ball down the fairway and taking your medicine.
See if you can get something going here. 2 straight birdies. That had to really hurt Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
He has this attempt for par. Just trying to keep this round on track. Has that putt, stays at 1 over. Frank, this is a point in the round where you really need to summon your best stuff. Par 3 of 231 yards. You know the pressure's building. We're at the 16th hole. You have a long iron in hand. You can't flinch. You can't take it halfway back and go. This has to be the complete swing, and you have to really have the nerve on this shot.
Yeah, this shot has to be hitting right out of the button, that's for sure. One thing to consider, though, in the back of your mind, it's always better putting back uphill. Well, uphill is actually from the back of the screen. So you actually can be a little braver on 16 than what you might think standing on that tee, because a little long is better than a little short.
Oh, well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the course.
Good work right there. He'll settle for par. 17th hole at Oakmont, par 4. Only 313 yards, and yet, Frank, it was so pivotal. The last U.S. Open played here in 2007.
It was pivotal for a lot of different reasons. Strategy being one. Some elected to go down the right side with just a mid-iron. Others went directly at the green, did not get the ball up and down. Furyk and Tiger Woods come to mind in that situation. You can see the green's just perched up there. If you do lay it up, you don't quite get a full look at this green because you have to lay it up down that right side.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time.
That's an absolute beauty.
Well, Frank, as we look at this approach shot here at the 17th, the execution has to be absolutely precise, doesn't it?
There might be harder wedge shots in the game, but a 17th hole in a U.S. Open, right now, I can't think of one.
Get down. Look out.
It's over. The green.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Just 5 feet left. That's an important birdie right there, into the top 5 on this leaderboard.
Well, there's so much at stake this week, Richard.
Great finishing hole here at Oakmont, Frank, the 18th.
I remember back in 1994, this was the last hole in a US Open ever played by Arnold Palmer.
Nasty.
Couldn't pick a better finishing hole to win a championship or say farewell. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Good swing, good shot yet again.
No.
That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop.
Now that is a shot that can be played over and over. This is where so many of the legends, from Hogan to Nicklaus to Miller to Els, made their imprint. And don't forget about Angel Cabrera, the last time the U.S. Open was played here. The 18th hole, the clubhouse straight ahead.
Welcome to the stream.
What a view, and what a moment in the championship.
Okay, one viewer. Welcome to the stream. Restocking concession stand. Got to buy the snacks for the golf game here. You know, we gotta have some popcorn and some candy bars, and hopefully somebody with a golf club don't knock it out of my hand.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Pittsburgh Invitational.
Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Par 5.
We've seen some long tee shots, but it's the advantage to tee that ball up. Get it up there quickly, get the wind behind you. It's amazing how far you can hit it. Second shot.
Yeah.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. You'll need to be strong with this.
Come on. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be right back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am back for a little while.
Well, that's what separates the good players from the great players. The ability to get it that close from that kind of lie. Frank, this is a good position to be in for a player. Making birdies, making some moves.
Yeah, starting to get the momentum, too, for the finish.
From a long par 5 to a relatively short par 3. We're at the 13th at Oakmont, 183 yards. Frank?
Another hole, because of the shape of this green, that you're almost breaking down into 3 sections. That front little circle you can see, the bit in the middle or the bit at the back. You're trying to play to one of those 3 sections.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. They par yesterday. This one for birdie.
Now, just when you thought they might pick up one, now settle for a par.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
And that par certainly won't hurt the cause.
There's still some time. 14, pretty short par 4 at 358 yards. Frank?
Get the ball in play here, and certainly your best opportunity for birdie on the second 9 so far.
Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. Frank, in golf, as we know,
If you want
short
pop up, have a
grass,
conversation
there's
with me.
long grass. We all want to be in that short grass, but it doesn't always work out that way. So what's the most important element from the shot, from the rough?
You have to be a little bit more conservative first and foremost, because you can't guarantee a perfect strike out of the long grass. So therefore you have to look around the greens, maybe short, to the right, to the left, and realize what's involved, and also just give yourself a slightly bigger target.
Oh, good birdie right there, Frank.
Oh, time to get another cup of coffee. Things are heating up.
Here at the 15th, a long par 4 at 499 yards. Frank, what are you looking to do off the tee?
Tee shot here is very similar to the one back at the par 5, where the fairway slopes left to right, and then the second shot's going to be uphill to a green that's actually built in the opposite direction. This is a tough par 4.
Just blasted that tee ball, Frank. Well, the drama's starting to build here. 15th hole, the approach shot, Frank. This is a time to be buttoned up and dialed in.
That's for sure. And this second shot will be so much easier if they had just removed one little bunker. And that's that one short left, because that's where you would like to land that second shot. Because that bunker's there, you've just got to somehow avoid it by a yard or two, whether it's over it or to the right of it.
That's well played. And now a good look at birdie. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. You can't leave it short, Frank.
Oh, and especially right in the middle.
So a tester from 4 feet. That was a good-looking putt,
no.
just not falling right now.
No, sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
No, I just hit a
Just a
bogey.
formality here.
Yes.
And he makes it for a bogey here. So that is a top 10 performance through 2 rounds, Frank.
It's always nice to know that you have a shot with 2 rounds left in the tournament.
I'm at rank 2 still. He's only up by 3. So... don't you take a shower? It's been hot all day.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today it's live third-round coverage of the Pittsburgh Invitational. And hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. We're at Oakmont Country Club in western Pennsylvania. Frank, the site of so many historic moments. Great players have made their mark here. Sam Snead, Ben Hogan, Jack Nicklaus, Ernie Els, a long and distinguished list.
Oakmont, if it's not the most difficult golf course in North America, Rich, it's certainly one of the most difficult golf courses. With its 210 bunkers.
Sorry, I'll invite him. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, that Uno was pretty good. I liked it. I sent that one dude a message saying, hey, you played a good game. Why'd you leave? I didn't get nothing back. He didn't get nothing back.
Well, I thought they'd at least pick up a shot. Birdie looked like a sitter. Now par.
Needs this.
I mean, he got an easy win. Or he joined when the computer was winning, so can't really complain.
Man,
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Getting set now over the putt.
I think I'm gonna lose this invitational.
Simple, solid.
I keep messing up on the par threes.
But one that you need to make.
All set here at the par 4-7. Frank, what do players need to look out for off the tee?
It's a rather intimidating tee shot there, since the trees have all been removed that used to be very, very close to this fairway. 3 bunkers down the right side, another 2 on the left. They've either got to be somehow threaded in between, or the longest hitters might just be able to squeeze it past.
See if our featured golfer can get a little something positive going
have,
here, Frank. It has
neon
been
red
a miserable day.
Yeah, things have just appeared too tough. So really just somehow just eradicate everything you've been thinking right now. Realize this green's big enough. Just get something on the green. Opportunity maybe for a birdie.
Sit down. Get down.
Oh, this is gone.
Frank can hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
Well, certainly playable from here. The ball is in the first cut. Not too bad.
Oh, come on.
Pretty good shot right there.
Yeah. That's open. Very noble.
This is a 23-foot putt.
What? Go ahead. So am I. I'm tired too.
Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round.
With time running out, Rich,
did you join
going to make that bogey sting even more?
Can't afford to give them away at this point in the championship. Here at the 8th at Oakmont, a famous hole. And Frank, it's not often we say of a par 3 that it is a beast, but the 8th at Oakmont is just that.
Yeah, you can imagine a 300-yard par 3 to a flat green. That would be hard enough. But imagine a 300-yard par 3 at a U.S. Open to a green that goes up at the front and then crowns at the top and then slips away at both sides. That's the 8th hole.
Well, in the sand, but it has been raked nicely, looking for something positive.
Remember?
Frank, anytime you're inside 15 feet, you have to like your chances.
Yeah, our computer gives us 13 feet to be precise.
Putt for par. Needs one.
What? No.
Come on, you have to make that, don't you?
God.
Drop shot here at the 8th.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Hit it.
Imagine that double bogey, because I got distracted.
Nudge this one home, finish it up. Going to have to regroup now after that double bogey.
I ain't regrouping after that double bogey.
Rounding out the front nine here at Oakmont, Frank, it looks to be straight away, uphill. Anything to be cautious about on this tee shot?
I like this
Well,
golf
there
course,
certainly is. Years gone by, this was a par 5
playing
for
at
the
Pittsburgh.
US Opens of yesteryear. Par 5 still for the members. And the reason why is it's a little bit uphill, semi-blind tee shot.
This one don't have
left
any
and right.
par 5.
And of course,
I think
rough
that's what
if you
told
miss
me on
those.
this tour.
This is one of those holes, even though it's a par 4 now, you miss the fairway here, you are not reaching this green into.
Yeah, the game was pretty good for what I played of it.
310 yards and straight. You can win with that.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Well, no other way to say it, Frank. That's just an awful shot.
The golf ball struck my foot. Give me. This video might have to get deleted.
Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation, but
Let's see
it's
if I
not
can
yet a
still
par
keep
on the
going
card.
for the FedEx
Very
Cup
tough
now.
putt coming up.
I already know this tournament's done.
Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part.
That's one thing I hate, that you can't change your putter either.
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
I can't.
Well, let's hope he can regain some ground here on the back nine. Not his best performance so far today.
But what a good back nine would do. If he can just even this round out with just 9 good holes, so much can happen.
I'm in 17th place. I gotta win 9 holes in order to.
That's a good spot
get
right
up
there.
Center cut.
High winds, high scores. Let's see if he can put something together late. In the fairway here at the 10th. Nice way to start off the back nine. Frank, what's this approach shot look like here at the 10th?
There's one thing that you overlook.
Another one, you're trying to gauge what the ball's going to do when it hits
The
the
game has an
ground.
awesome
If this hits the
price
ground
on
on
it.
the front of this green, then there's a good chance, believe it or not, it might stay on. Now, you think I'm joking, but you hit one there a little low that catches that front right corner. More often than not, it finishes on the back left.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green.
Okay, this is starting to
Early
hurt
part
me.
of this second nine, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie.
Can I
Settles
get that
in over
last
the
piece
putt.
of pie you wanted, Mike? Is that what's going on here?
Well, Frank, it's our job to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard.
Okay, I got a par.
Got it for par.
I want to create a golf
That'll
course
do it
on
for the third
Minecraft,
round.
but I
What
don't even know how
happened,
to do
Frank,
that.
Well, the third round, Rich, is always so pivotal. You realize you're trying to put yourself in a position to win. Consequently,
Like, you
you have to
can't
hit a
even
couple of
play
shots
if
that
there
you
ain't
might
no
not
point.
feel comfortable with. If they come off, then you can have a chance to win. If they don't, then, well, we've just seen what the result is.
That would be cool, though. The way that plays,
EA
you'll probably
Sports
get close to
and the
Skyrim when it
PGA
comes out.
Tour proudly present the season-long race for the
Don't
FedEx
play
Cup.
too different,
Today,
except you
it's
ain't got the
live
special
final round
attack.
coverage of the Pittsburgh Invitational.
Hey, my guy said 4. That's cool.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the
Oh
pin.
God, I don't even remember mine.
It's a big shot right here. Second to the 15th hole.
A lot of customization.
Just a beautiful approach shot. Bogey here yesterday. Now this for birdie. Just
Zit
singes
face
the edge,
McGee.
Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Different day, different hole. Made bogey yesterday.
Oh, imagine
Do
that.
better
That's
this
what you
time,
named
it
your
looks
guy
like.
on
Good
Diablo.
putt.
That's where it was.
Frank, this is a point in the round where you really need to summon your best stuff. Par 3 of 231 yards. You know the pressure's building. We're at the 16th
I'll
hole.
call my guy on
And you have a
Skyrim
long iron in
Horse.
hand. You can't flinch. You can't take it halfway back and go. This has to be the complete swing, and you have to really have the nerve on this shot.
Yeah, this shot has to be hitting right out of the button, that's for sure. One thing to consider, though, in the back of your mind, it's always better putting back uphill. Well, uphill is actually from the back of this green. So you actually can be a little braver on 16 than what you might think standing on that tee, because a little long is better than a little short.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out
What?
driver
There's nothing
here,
wrong with
but
saying
this is
please.
a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Oh, imagine that.
That's just downright embarrassing. On the putting surface and now off on the fringe. Wow. Something about this hole, it has not been kind. Bogey yesterday and staring
Double
at another one
bogey.
today. This one just
I got an
requires
idea.
a
Just
little
kick
bit of
me out of the
focus.
damn
Just
invitation.
misses. Well, once you hit double the par, it's time to just pick up
Three.
and move on.
3 fucking bogeys. Yeah.
Now on to the 17th hole, and Frank, in so many ways, this determined
It's a
the
par
outcome
3. I don't know
of
how
the
hard it's gotta be.
2007 U.S. Open. Jim Furyk had his issues here. It's just 313 yards, but it can really play
What, Michael?
with a
I know you
player's
got something
mind.
to say.
It's such an unusual par 4 for a US Open, plus also where it comes in the round, because the options, and there's only really 2, is like a 4 or 5 iron, sneak it up the right side.
Oh, did you
Or
see
you
they
take
were
the
adding
driver directly at the
multiplayer to
green.
that don't starve?
You would think there's something in between, but really
Yeah,
there isn't. And
there's
that's
no
why, to
vehicle.
your point, it stopped Jim Furyk, it stopped Tiger
They
Woods,
have a-
it allowed Cabrera to win. It also helped Ernie Els, who went with the driver option there.
And they
back
also
in
have Red Dead
1994.
Remastered.
So 17, it's short, it's tempting, it is at a US Open, but it is still demanding.
The question is, are we going to get the Undead Nightmare back? That's right, you didn't play
Made
it
a
with
par
me,
in his
Johnny and
previous
Jim.
round. This time, it's for birdie.
Oh, yeah, you're using energy to use the shield.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Could use this one. This is for par.
Yeah, I got a viewer. Welcome to the stream. Be sure to pop up if you want to chat.
Man,
Just pushed it.
boy, that hurts.
So another bogey on the scorecard. And Frank, what happened this week?
I think it's a week to forget, Rich.
I am at rank 35 in this
Here at
tournament.
Oakmont,
Yeah, I
Frank,
think
the
I'm
18th.
done with this tournament.
I remember back in 1994, this was the last hole in a U.S. Open ever played by Arnold Palmer. Couldn't pick a better finishing hole
And I'm at the last
to win a
hole,
championship.
So. Yeah, I don't think they want me back for another
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, you always start out thinking about going low, but you know in this game you can end up feeling low. What do you tell a player who's had an off day?
Well, this is as much about managing your misses as celebrating your great shots. You look at the best players in the world, they know how to play bad better than anybody.
Here we go.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but
I think what it is, they changed my clubs before I came into the Invitational. I think I forgot to go set those. The putting line ain't even coming up.
Now, putt for par.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. Frank, it was a great setting with great crowds. We saw plenty of very good golf. Your thoughts?
Well, I think the course really extracted some of the golf that we saw. It forced these players
it goes
to
up
play
by
just some
based
great
on
golf.
how many kills you get and stuff.
It wasn't just like a pitch and a putt golf course. So I think seeing the guys tested, seeing the players tested at this level, it was a treat.
That question would be for Kevin and Mark, but Mark never joined. And Kevin's not online. I'm still in rank 2 of the standings. Make sure my equipment's still up to par. Change the golf ball too. Hey, I got Nike golf balls. I'm using Nike golf ball. I'm waiting for pizza. Hey, Mike. I missed Battlefield 1 already. Be nice if they surprised us and brought it out early. That ain't gonna happen. I heard you sobbing a little bit. Did you see a woman I shared on Facebook? The one that had her ears and nose cut off, looked like a dragon? I don't care what it is, that's weird.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents
and that is half of the reason why I hate
FedEx
humanity.
Cup playoffs. It's the opening round of the Northeast Invitational.
Did you hear me on the headset when I first started playing golf? I drove the ball over 400 yards.
Really good playoff to tee at least 300
and I
yards.
can't do it again for some reason.
This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but it is well on the cards.
I think that's what messed me up on that tournament is the wind.
Missed that one, and it is going towards the right.
I know what you meant. I'm not stupid.
You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like
Just
that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable.
I'm in 81st place
now.
on this tournament. Now I'm in 33. Apparently, a lot of people choke.
Back here now at the 12th hole. Par
I like this golf course. I gotta figure out
39
which one
yards,
this is.
Frank, to the center of this green off the black tees.
And if the breeze blows left or right, this hole plays very hard. One of the reasons why, just through the fairways littered with bunkers.
I like playing golf.
You have to pick the right line, but somehow you've got to get that ball the right
it,
distance as that hole bends completely to the left. Rather interesting shaped green here at 12.
This is a stiff test, no doubt.
Golf?
This one will play a little bit longer. It's up the hill to that green.
Yeah. Skyrim, you can make your own arrows. That's how you level up. I will get you to try Skyrim.
Is looking really good.
And at least I can show you how to play it, because I can always stream it
on
and
the
show
green
you.
and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round.
Oh, dude.
That's a nice roll, and with that birdie,
from 33 down to 19 now.
Par for the
I just
tournament.
got a birdie. Northeast Invitational.
Our featured golfer has made it to the 13th hole. Let's pick up the action.
Oh, this
right
is a par 5. Let's go for
Frank,
even.
it's only the first round, but you're a believer that these can be as important as the final round.
Well, if you get yourself in contention, Rich, then obviously you get
go.
the momentum much easier. And the feeling of being in the hunt. That's going to give you the adrenaline rush. And you'll breeze through 4 rounds.
Good tee shot right in the fairway and plenty long. Playing his second shot.
Right after this
Par
tournament,
5.
I'll cut the stream off and go to bed. I gotta collect garbage in the morning. And I really don't know what's out there, and I already know I'm gonna get surprised by what's out there. That's a weekly occurrence of being surprised.
Ready for his third shot. Needs to hit this close.
Okay, well, I should be downloaded by tomorrow when I get home.
Well, this
tomorrow.
one should be safely on deck here.
I backloaded
That will
too
be a
much.
great look at birdie.
Let's see how the lie lays.
Getting ready for the putt.
Oh, this is a straight putt. You said you're getting the next one
too?
too?
It is a 4-round tournament, setting himself up for a good weekend, maybe a great one. The young star makes his birdie. Par 3-14.
I'm gonna get all my games digital. This way you can try them.
Zimmer was a legend in these parts here
Even
in Maine.
if it don't look like something you might play, you might change your mind later
All you
on.
want here, Frank, at 240 yards.
Yeah, and I share them with my buddy.
Which is gone. In the hole. You do not see that every day. That, folks,
oh my God.
is a hole-in-one. Wow.
Oh my God.
15th hole, and Frank a return to sanity. 387 yards.
How did
Par
I
4.
manage to do
Second
that?
easiest hole on the golf course. Bends a little to the left. Just avoid the sand left and that little pot bunker on the right. And you should.
I just
be
made a
set up with
hole-in-one on a
relatively
par
short
4.
iron into a green that really the only problem is if you go long.
Oh, it's on my stream. It may have been a par 3. Somebody in my stream checking out. I appreciate
Frank
them
couldn't
being
ask for
there.
anything more.
Just a lie there too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot
I don't care who
harder
joins my
or
stream anymore.
Just hit another one.
Skylar and Richard join, so be it, as long as they ain't rude about it.
Great effort right there, and a great chance to knock in that short putt. Not a gimme, but well within his range.
Yeah.
Now has a tie for the lead with that birdie.
Pep in the stride.
Frank, you surprised to see that name on top of the leaderboard?
I am surprised to see the name, but not that style of golf leading. It was great performance, especially tee to green. You don't often see people start that quickly.
I'm at the cliffs at the lighthouse. I like this golf course. It's got nice scenery too.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the start of the FedEx Cup playoffs.
But you don't see the game.
Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Northeast Invitational.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball, and this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man.
See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. It's putt for birdie.
In a very aggressive mode with that birdie now in second place.
Getting set at the 8th hole. It's a par 3 of 165 yards. Break it down for us, partner.
This gets really narrow in the middle of this green, Rich. That's sort of the biggest problem. Matter of fact, only had 12 yards from that left side to the right in the middle. And the green itself actually is 3 times that in length, 36 yards. So straightness is the key here.
Good chance now for a birdie.
He heard you were talking about it,
Mama. Play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
He heard
this would be nice. 2 straight birdies.
Well, that birdie has to feel even better, Rich, with everything so tight at the top.
Right in the middle of a Donnybrook at this point.
I don't know much about that game, bro.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Yeah, that's a really good drive.
Frankie's cranking it and banking it. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
I'd like to have
These
all
are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy, but on a day like today, savor it and just keep going. Keep doing it. Well, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Safely aboard. Locked in on the read and the speed.
Man, what an eagle right there, Frank, and what a time to deliver that kind of decisive shot.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
What a drive. Just tattooed that. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach, and now a really good look at birdie. Shouldn't be a problem here. So the dominant performance continues.
Yeah, we're watching 2 tournaments right now. The one
to
at
me,
the
it
top
kind of plays a
and the
role
rest.
like Diablo, except
There you have it.
smaller.
The second round is complete. Another solid effort put together, and it shows on the scorecard.
And after 2 rounds, you really start to see not only who's playing well, but who's consistent.
That was a good play of golf. I like that. I'm gonna try to get my stream to go at least an hour.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the start of the FedEx Cup playoffs. It's third round coverage of the Northeast Invitational. Rich Lerner back at Lighthouse Point with Frank Nobilo. We're at the 15th hole. Frank, a relatively short par 4, 387 yards.
Hi, Mike.
Finally,
how
we
was your
get one
day?
under 400 yards. A little bit of trouble off the tee to be avoided. Bunker left and that little pop bunker on the right. But missed those.
Okay.
And really, this is a very much a scoring opportunity.
I liked it. I just had nobody to play it with, so I didn't keep it.
A great way to start a hole. Nicely placed in the fairway. Little uphill to this green, Frank. Good swing, good shot yet again. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
I like this golf course.
Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament.
They got the deer in the opening. I wonder if you get a trophy.
And another fun
them.
hole here at Lighthouse Point. It's the last par 3 on the back 9 as we begin this closing stretch.
Yeah, I definitely got choked back on
41
the
yards
clubs.
downhill. Par 3 16th.
This one was about ready to go 3 times over the crowd.
See if you can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Made par
because
yesterday.
That's not where
this
you're
one
at.
for birdie.
No.
Oh, another one goes in.
Look how it was
17th
when,
hole is another
Miss
par
Finn was
5,
here. I had to be in bed
613
every time
yards.
she was.
Frank, how do you play it?
Only the longest hitters can get here in 2. It's 2 big hits, that's for sure. S-shaped fairway, so if you can't reach the par 5 and 2, you can still plot your way down there for a nice little pitch. And really great opportunity to get one back off the scorecard.
Excellent drive right there, Frank.
Circa 310.
Second from an excellent lie.
I can go alone. I guess we won't have much time for cuddling.
So the golf ball ends up in that first cut.
In.
It's a little bit less than 2 inches. You can see the golf ball. Should be able to get at it, but may not be able to control the spin. We'll see.
I only got one more tournament. Well, not tournament, but you know,
and that
one more set of games.
Just good hands coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position.
Man, I've been knocking these birdies and eagles, dude.
That shot falls for a birdie.
Dude, try this golf course if you haven't.
Well, at last we're at number 18, and Frank, I have really enjoyed this golf course, and now when you see the lighthouse in the distance, it really makes it that much more special.
It is.
I'm not trying to
the
rub it
beacon
in.
will always take you home.
Doing really good on
this
this course.
finishing hole. It bends to the left, a good tee shot.
Believe me, I don't want anything to do with your
just leave
mojo.
you a short iron in, and of course you make 3 here, and then that smile's going to light up like a beacon.
This one will play a little bit longer.
I gotta find the
hill
rest
to
of
that
the
green.
Austin Powers movies. I haven't seen them in stores.
that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's formality now.
Got no birdie. I think you'll like it.
Putting on a show, this tournament moves to 15 under par. Frankie,
I hope you do like it. This way I can talk in and try and snipe it when I get it.
Contested championship, and this one could be a doozy.
And there's nothing.
That looks really good. They're going to give you your own bunker to,
right now.
like a safe house type deal.
Some amazing golf. This one is going to have to be won.
Start up missions from it. And I extremely hate you for doing that. I still got one more playthrough, one more round. That's because you were doing them alone. You were doing them alone. You were doing them watermelon. What? Look, Daddy, I'm a farmer.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the start of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's the final round of the Northeast Invitational.
I can walk backwards as fast as you can. Well, then again, I've never made a hole-in-one, so
this one looks like it's headed right
for
the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I'd say.
I mean, really on top of his game right now. That was a splendid approach shot. So close, just a tap in from there.
This would give him the par. Okay, no problem with that one. 15th hole, and Frank, a return to sanity. 387 yards, par 4.
Yeah, second easiest hole on the golf course. Bends a little to the left. Just avoid the sand left and that little pot bunker on the right. And you should be set up with a relatively short iron into a green that really, the only problem is if you go long. Oh, that.
And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green.
He's like cyber vision. Shot after shot, right at the flag.
Just dialed in. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Sinks the putt for birdie.
A cursory look at the scorecard direction. Well, it looks hard at 240 yards, but that elevation is going to chew off quite a bit of yardage off the scorecard. Really, it's a good chance for a birdie on this closing stretch. V-shaped green.
You're going to give me
as
props
long as you're on the
one.
right section of the green, could have a chance for birdie.
I work hard to get these props.
Had a birdie here yesterday in their close. Great opportunity for another one.
You might have tried Sniper Elite V2.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
I think I did buy that one.
There's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one.
That one there, you're supposed to be able to hunt.
Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the course.
And he has
I hit an hour on my
good putt redeems all.
Trying to get
Down
my
to
videos to go
17 for
longer
Frank,
and
a chance
longer
to
each
make
time
a
I
birdie.
stream.
Who knows, with a couple of huge pokes, you could make Eagle 3. This is a pretty stout hole at a little bit more than 600 yards.
It is, especially if that
There's a
breeze
lot of
comes
people
off
that
the
play
water
this
in your
on,
face.
YouTube.
But normally you're protected
I've seen a
here
lot
because
of
the hills
videos.
on the left will block that breeze. Bunkers all the way down the right side. You can see that. But yeah, you're right. Two big hits. You might just reach this par 5 and 2. Birdie, perhaps even eagle on a good day.
She thought if she used that voice, she'd get her way.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up.
Not a good idea, Mike.
This requires a lot of speed through the ball.
And from the rough, he manages to not only make the green, but get within easy striking distance of the hole. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Wow, I thought he made that.
Now putt for par.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round.
Now, really, Rich, right now it's just a case of running out of holes. Pars are fine.
Frank, we've made it to the finishing hole. If you're having a good day, you stop and you reflect for just a moment. The beauty surrounding you, how well you've played. If it hasn't gone all that well, you're thinking about jumping on the Juniata Crossway Bridge off to the left and getting out of Dodge.
Ooh, nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. This looks like it's heading for the bunker.
He just missed the bunker
To win the Northeast Invitational.
Yes!
And he has it for birdie.
That's why you play the game, to stack up the wins.
Great effort right there.
Alright everybody, that's going to conclude it for this stream. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for part 2 of the road to the FedEx Cup. If you liked what you've seen, be sure to like the video. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe. And I will bring more great games at you as soon as I can. And have a great night.